Hey guys, how are you today? What am I doing? I don't know why I'm pointing at you. I hope you're doing well. I hope you are having a fantastic day. If you're new here, my name is Eva. Hi, I do anti-MLM content. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you guys. However, please take a look at the graph. So most of you are actually returning viewers and more than 60% of you are not subscribed. It will really help me out a lot if you've been enjoying my content, that you would give me that subscribe button. If you're not coming from my social media, feel free to check me out. All the links are going to be down below. So today we are back for another few MLM horror stories. So without further ado, let's just get into it. Almost forgot my glasses. Beautiful coworker invited me to MLM meeting. Several years ago, I worked at a construction company where we had a receptionist at the front desk who most of the guys in our company had a crush on because she was attractive. Many have tried to get her attention, but none have succeeded. We're not friends, but we know each other because of common friends. On this particular day, while walking to the front gate with co-worker and friends, she approached me and asked what I will be doing that evening. Several co-workers and friends who overheard this looked at us, all surprised that this beautiful receptionist in our office was about to ask me out. I was also surprised because even though I had plans that night, I told her that I was free. She got my number and told me she would call me later to arrange our meeting place. Before we went our separate ways, she said, "I hope you're open-minded." She smiled and left. I wondered what she meant by that, but I was so excited that I thought she meant I would be lucky that night. Oh my god. And we've seen this happen before with like a beautiful co-worker or a gorgeous, attractive girl from high school or something like that. On that night, I prepared myself for a date, put on my nicest clothes and perfume, and went to the meeting place early, expecting to arrive before she would. But when I got there, she was already there with two other people, both wearing a uniform from work. Then I realized I had been invited to an MLM meeting. When she asked if I wanted to eat, I declined because they were almost finished. After dinner, the guy paid for the meal and she invited us to her MLM office next door, where we spent the next 2.5 hours listening to how we would earn the same amount as them. 2.5 hours. When I was about to leave the meeting, she approached me and said that if I joined, we would be spending a lot of time together doing that MLM business stuff. I told her I would think about it and left. The next morning, my friends are all excitedly asking how our date went. I told them what happened and we all had a good laugh about it. Well, at least you had a good laugh about it. She didn't hurt you. But yeah, she was really using the fact that he likes her to kind of be like, but if you join, you're going to be spending so much time with me, which is what like actresses and fitness influencers or whatever, just influencers in general to join MLMs, that's what they kind of do. Is they're like, if you join my team, you're going to be working under me and we're going to spend time together and stuff like that. So they're just luring people in with the fact that you're going to be spending time with them. So that's just really annoying. Next one. Co-worker crossed the line this time for her MLM. So these are kind of like work-based by accident. Although my co-worker hasn't outright said it in the office, I have seen printouts of MLM material over the last couple of months. Just recently, she bought a new BMW that she says she can't afford, and she takes a sick day every 2 weeks or so, which is when I'm guessing she has to go spew her garbage products. Well, now comes the part that's literally put me over the edge. Last week, she took a Monday off work, another sick day. But Tuesday, she comes into the office saying she doesn't feel well. Why would you come into the office then during a pandemic? Oh God. So Wednesday, she calls in sick and says she's got COVID test, but no results yet. Now my weekend is effed. I'm not sure if I could have gotten it from her. And I'm not a bad person, so I won't go spreading it around. Thursday, she's sick out again. And Friday we got a call that her test came out negative. I worked with this person for years. I'm 99% sure they pulled this little stunt to get a full week off work for her to go spill her product. It just blows me away the level peoples will go to. the moral boundaries they will cross. By the way, I'm pretty sure my coworker called in sick all week with a COVID scare to have time to grow her business. That's probably what it is. She's trying to leave her full-time job for this business, and she's trying to get her business to kick off. Well, I'm not surprised. I'm sure you guys are not surprised that they do this. They do a lot worse than that, but yeah. And the last one's going to be a longer one. So my MLM story. I am a 30-year-old female and would like to share with you my experience with MLMs. So I really only have one experience. It happened in my first semester of uni in 2010. So this was a good while ago. 8 weeks into my first year of uni, I was approached by a new friend. Let's call him Tim. I met Tim through a mutual friend. After talking to Tim for a short period of time, he said he wanted to talk to me about a business opportunity. So not a lot of things have changed since 2010. He said he wanted to show me the secret to becoming rich. I was 19, so I had no interest in starting a business, but he insisted on meeting up with me during our class breaks, and I agreed. When I met with Tom, he walked me through this pyramid scheme, telling me that I could be a vitamin distributor and that I could make money by recruiting people to be under me, and that if I recruited enough people, life would be better. During his pitch, he used a lot of lines like, why would you want to do a 9-to-5 job just to make the average wage? Why would you want to do what everyone else is doing for many, many years to only retire with nothing? Don't you want to retire by 30? So literally nothing has changed since 2010. These are all the things that they're still saying to this day. If you hustle now, you won't have to hustle later. Don't you want to be different than anyone else? Another one that's the same. Tim spent close to an hour explaining the scheme to me, how I had to sign up to an expensive monthly subscription for vitamins and recruit my family and friends to join in order to get a commission from them. I eventually realized that it was all ridiculous. I even started laughing and he didn't like that. I told him I wasn't interested and I didn't have enough money. With uni and work, I just didn't have time either. He suggested that I quit my part-time job to go on welfare so that I could use that money to buy into the vitamin business. Oh my god. I said no, because welfare was only $260 a fortnight at the time and I couldn't do it on such a small allowance. He said I was incorrect because he was also on welfare and said he was budgeting well so could afford to buy in. At that point, I firmly said no. He then asked if I knew any rich or international students who could afford this. I said yes. He asked me to introduce him to one and I stupidly agreed. Yeah, that was a little bit not very nice. It's okay though, we all make mistakes. The following week, Tim came to uni in a suit to meet a friend of mine. We met up at KFC for lunch. Right after eating, he presented his pitch to my friend. My friend wasn't interested and thought it was weird that Tim was wearing a suit with an anime backpack. A month later, Tim messaged me and asked if I wanted to go out to an event with him and his friends. He also invited my international friend who was going to go but didn't because he was too drunk. College days. Anyway, Tim said it would be fun. He ended up taking me to a seminar. It was a bizarre one. It felt like a cult. I knew right away that the whole seminar was something designed to brainwash people. They had motivational speakers to pump up the crowd. They were all so excited. They used lines like, people won't understand us. They are not like us. They want to settle for the 9-to-5 life and will retire with nothing but a house as an asset. They won't be rich like us. We don't need people who do not support us. We will support each other like a family. Don't you want to be rich, have a mansion and a nice car? Don't you want to have your own business? Don't you want to live your best life? Don't you want more time with your family? Again, all the same stuff that they're using to this day. It went on and on for a long time. The people around us were a lot older. I felt like a kid amongst the sea of old-looking people. I wanted to leave but didn't want to seem rude, so I sat there quietly waiting and waiting. I knew they wanted to brainwash me. It felt like a cult with all the motivational chanting. Towards the end of the presentation, Tim sent out one of his seniors to pitch the concept to me. The senior went through the background, telling me that he was a high school dropout and he was into bad stuff, but was saved by this company. He said that he was a super shy guy at one point who wouldn't have had the courage to talk to a pretty girl like me if it weren't for this vitamin business. He said he was also afraid of public speaking, but got better at it and became a confident speaker, all thanks to the group of people from this business. When he told me all this, I knew he was being manipulative. He sounded like a used car salesman. I was a shy girl who had trouble speaking to people, so I felt he could sense that and wanted to use my insecurity as some sort of leverage. I politely declined to join their so-called business and asked to leave as I was pretty pissed. This girl's pretty smart though. She's only 19 and she was very well aware, and this was a long time ago. If I would fall for it when I was 19, I was a pretty stupid 19-year-old. 2 weeks after that incident, Tim asked what I was doing on one evening. I said that I was meeting up with a friend and he asked if he could meet up with me for a short while beforehand. I stupidly agreed. This girl's too polite. He ended up meeting with me and took me to the food court of Melbourne Central. He brought me to a table where two of his vitamin buddies, uni kids he had successfully recruited that night, sat together with Tim's superior. His superior name was Dan, who was a lot older than us. He was probably in his late 20s, close to 30. He looked around 28. Tim mentioned that he met Dan at some random event. Dan then took Tim to his beautiful house in his luxury car, and after seeing all this, Tim agreed to join Dan's underline. He sold him the lifestyle, basically. Anyway, I sat around the table feeling extremely awkward. Tim told Dan I didn't want the job. Dan then asked me why, and I explained. After that, Dan was pretty dismissive. He had a list full of names and crossed my name out. I was very weirded out. I lost touch with Tim shortly after that. Good riddance, I guess. I heard that he lost some other uni friends that year because he went around trying to get people to join his business. He also dropped out of uni the following year, which is a shame because I heard he excelled during high school and got top marks. Tim got out of MLM eventually after some time, but he never went back to uni. Well, at least he's out, I mean. For years after the incident, I saw Dan around Melbourne City on numerous occasions. I never said hi, neither did he. Now when I look back, I realize how predatory it was for Dan to recruit 18, 19-year-old kids fresh out of high school. How disgusting it was to invite me to a seminar under the pretense of a fun gathering. It's all disgusting. I wish I had the balls to tell them how I truly felt. I wish I had left the seminar the minute it started instead of sitting there politely waiting for it to end. This is my story. Thanks for reading. I just wanted to share my experience. Hopefully kids these days won't fall for these MLMs. It's awful. Yeah, and that's another reason why I'm trying to do these videos. I'm trying to be consistent and stuff. Obviously, MLMs are not getting shut down anytime soon, unfortunately. But all we can do is share our stories, share other people's stories, try to raise awareness, try to educate more people on these MLMs. Just try to get the word out there so the more and more people are going to be aware of them, and more people are going to know when they're being recruited into an MLM so they can say no and save them some money and effort. So yeah, that is why I do this, and thank you to everyone who's been supporting me. Thank you for watching my videos, obviously. I think that's all I have for today. I'm really tired. I've been talking for a long time. Yeah, I'm going to wrap that up here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it this far, if you've been enjoying my videos, please click that like and subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. And if you're not coming from my social media, also feel free to check me out. All the links are going to be down below. And as always, if you are one of my Instagram friends, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your guys' support from the beginning to this day. You're awesome, and yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.